Yes, we are now. Come on, go live. We're live. Good. Thankfully, we are now ready to go. Welcome to Identity Project Q&A. Super excited to have you guys join me again. Let me just set up everything on this end. So comments, I like to make private for everyone so that you can share anything that you've got going on with your identity project and things that you're creating at the moment. So do we need a light? We might need a light. I might just turn that on. Identity project. So let me just flick this on. Just seen the funnel that I've been building. Oh, I've got to hide that one. That one's secret. Anyway, okay, let's get cracking. Right-hand chat box. If you have any questions at all you want to ask me or send through, pop them into the right-hand chat box here. They are private. So particularly if there's anything you've been kind of mulling over or what do you think of this? And remember, if you have sent anything through in advance via email, to pop that in the chat box as well, so I can go in and make sure that I answer yours. So we're 5 minutes in. I think we can get cracking. Yeah, I think we can get cracking. Beautiful. So I'm going to jump into Help Scout as well and see what people have sent in advance, but and give some feedback on that. So if you've got some emails you've been working on or some video scripts or some distribution channels, things like that, this is a perfect opportunity to send them through and let me give you some feedback on those. Rightio. Cool. Got some great questions. So I will start with this person here, Sarah Freeman. Beautiful. Hold on, I'll just make sure I check the chat box. Beautiful. So Sarah Freeman, I'm not sure if you're in here live today, but you're doing your Likeable Lady emails. Let me just double check. I've created my first email nurture, would love some feedback. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, this is it. Cool. So Likeable Lady emails. So there's some things that I'm looking for in Sarah's emails when I see them. She's got an online store and offering a first purchase discount, which is great. So for her, having a really good look through her emails, I'm seeing lengthwise I'm happy with. That'll be the first thing I look at whenever I'm writing my own emails. I always have a quick look and just do a scan and see how many words each one is. And they're all pretty okay. I'd say email 2's tiny bit long. I'd be always looking for definitely under 300 words. Otherwise, I'll stop reading and they won't engage as much. But it's only email 2's only a few over 300 words, so I'm fine with that. Another thing that I'll look for when I'm running my emails is making sure that we've got some leading sentences, those ... dots, and then onto a new line. So I'll always be looking for as many of those ... where I've broken up something, particularly if it's something a little bit profound or a question. So she's got here and she started to do that. And you know what? Needs a line of its own. Or I want you to feel good as well as look good. Needs a line of its own. Or that's cool, but that's just not us. That needs a line of its own. So I can see some cool statements here. And she has put them on a line of her own, which is good. But I would always have, I can see one area here in this particular email where she's gone ... and then led into the next powerful statement. In your emails, I need to have at least 3 ... at the end of the paragraph. Do that at 3 occasions to keep people reading. Sounds really silly, but those leading paragraphs, like I taught on, where you do the ... they're really powerful in terms of getting people to keep reading. When I started, I had emails that didn't have any ... and I would just have finished sentences on each line. And then when I went through and just led some on to the next with the ... they just started getting read so much more, and I started to have responses coming back to those emails and action from those emails. It just encourages people to read. Just assume they've got the attention span of a gnat, right? Because life is busy, inboxes are busy, and people don't have heaps of time to spend on reading things that aren't engaging. So quite a few more ... but she's done a good job. She's bolded certain things that are really powerful as well, which I like to see. She's got really cool subject ones as well, subject lines. This might seem a bit weird, but ... is one of her subject lines, which I really like. What's your favourite piece of jewellery is another subject line where she's asking a question, so I'm happy with that. Now, in email 2, Email 3. Yeah, good. So email 3, she hasn't even opened with hello. She's just gone straight to that sort of moment. I was wiggling my toes as I stared down at my gorgeous new leopard print Oxford shoes. I was feeling pretty proud. It was 2013. I just received these. That one's going to get read a lot. So that's good. She's a really good writer. I can't even see typos happening, which is great. And then in email 4, to see if I'm seeing, I just want to see some hidden benefits, some secret perks that people might not initially realize about her jewelry. I want to see that in email 4. Yeah, and I'm seeing that, which is good. And email 5, I want to get a real reason to act. I want that urgency and scarcity. And I'm seeing here a percentage discount and a deadline as well, that it expires tomorrow and it's 20%. So there's that urgency and scarcity to get in and get that. And she's even got when it's gone, which is beautiful. So, love it. Happy with this. Ticking all the boxes. Just some more dots. I'm trying to think of how else we can improve these, but you've got most of the things covered. She's got even here in, one of them has a video. Yeah, and she's got her PSs sorted, which is great. Yeah, I'd probably try and put in a video in email 3 or 4 if it were me, but I'm just like picking at stuff now. This is pretty good. I'd run with this. I aim to add the video into email 2 as soon as possible, but pop all these in GetResponse or Infusionsoft or Mailchimp or whatever you plan to use and start automating them. Remember that's step 2, Sarah. Get them in there. Get them ready to go. Okay, Jade. For existing contacts, I uploaded into GetResponse. Yeah, it's such a good question. What should I be sending them? Should I send them my Likeable Lady Nurture, or should I send them my 10 kind of friendly catch-up emails? What should I be sending current people in my list? The biggest thing is that this may need a little bit of re-engagement. So often I find that lists that people are uploading in might be contacts or like prospects or clients or things like that. They might be pretty good inquiries, but often they've been neglected from an emailing point of view. They haven't been getting much love lately. So what we need to do, rather than just assuming that they want to keep this relationship going and going straight for a sale, that'll just cause a whole heap of people to bounce when you haven't given them any love and now just starting to demand things from them. That's how it will come across. We need to be giving first. So if I've got people coming from Facebook and all that kind of thing, and I'm looking after them properly, and once I've got my funnel in place, they can go straight into the Likeable Lady Nurtures. And then if they don't say yes, they'll feed through into the friendly catch-up emails. But for people that are already in my community, I can't just throw them straight into that. It's too much when I haven't been talking to them. They need to be loved up a little bit more first. So for current lists, I tend to put them into a nice little re-engagement nurture. And in that, I give them, I would give them 1 to 2 and sometimes even 3 things before I then start to talk about opportunities to take the next step or to purchase things from me or join me in a consult or request pricing or join my membership or whatever it is, right? So I'll usually have 1 to 3 emails sitting in a nice little nurture that I drop these people into. The first email, I give something, a downloadable or a checklist, something that's really valuable they actually want, right? But that's free and automated. But some sort of downloadable or checklist or quiz or something like that, I'll be giving them in that first email. It's normally a downloadable or a little pack of things that they can use to get value in your industry. It's got to relate to your own product or service. I'll give them that, and then rather than just having a tiny little text down the bottom that all emails add on, because it's law, that says if you want to unsubscribe, just click here now. Rather than just having it down there, I also put it in the body of the email because I want to clean out the list. So if people genuinely don't want to hear from me, I don't want to keep on emailing them. So it's at that point where I'll give them something awesome and I say, I've got a few more things in store for you that'll be coming out over the next week. But of course, if at any time you no longer want to receive if you no longer want to receive updates or these goodies from me, don't hesitate just to click here now to unsubscribe. And so it won't just be this tiny little thing down the bottom. I'll actually make it really clear in the email itself. And so that'll just weed out people that are too cold for you to keep nurturing. They'll click that unsubscribe and we'll just be able to remove those guys from the list. So yeah, I'll do that on the first email. I'll wait and see how many pull out. I'll give it sort of 3 days, how many pull out. Okay, cool. So the rest of this list, not overly cold. I can now start working with these guys and I'll give them probably 2 more emails where I've warmed them up. then I'll flip them into a version of my Likeable Lady emails, where I'll be giving or inviting them to take that next step with me, rather. So 2 to 3, I did this at the beginning of this year. I had a whole database that I'd forgotten to nurture, because it happens to everyone, right? And I had this list of people that I've been growing, and then I realised, oh my goodness, I haven't talked to them for about 6 weeks, probably, by the time I realised, just because it was something else that I was doing. And so I thought, right, there's some opportunity and some gold in here. So in the new year, I re-engaged them and gave them sort of New Year planning packs and all that kind of thing, and looked after them for the first week of the new year, and then gave them the opportunity to, it was a little thing that I was running for the next 3 weeks, like till the 31st of January, to kick off the new year in the right way. So that's kind of how I warmed up my list. First sort of 7 to 10 days, I sent them 3 emails where I was giving some cool stuff to them. And then the last 20 days of the month, I had an opportunity for them to take the next step. So, and that's through a similar version of Likeable Lady emails, right? I had 5 emails that went out, and that same kind of style where you show the benefits and you have that light bulb moment and tell a story and that kind of stuff. So I hope that helps. They can go into a Likeable Lady and then into the friendly catch-up emails, but they need a bit of giving first if they're a current list. So I hope that helps. Next question. So, okay. Just looking at this question. Cool. I was going to build something live for Cherie, I think. Oh, no, that was office hours. So, yes, this is one of them. No, I've answered hers. That's good. I've answered a lot of these questions. Cool. Okay, Heidi. Cool. Heidi's doing her Likeable Lady emails too. And I'm loving seeing these Likeable Lady emails come through, because they are the most important emails that I ever wrote in my entire business, these first 5 emails. And I just got those working well. I just did text-based ones first, and then I went through and added videos to 3 or 4 of them. And they've just converted like absolutely crazy. And I just did them once. So these 5 emails are the most important emails, and it took me like 8 months until I ended up taking the time to write my 10 friendly catch-up emails, because these ones were just doing so well, and I just relied on these. So if you get them right and you really get into their shoes, it can be flipping amazing. So I'm looking at Heidi's emails. Cool, I'm liking these. I'm seeing some leading paragraphs, which is good, where you've got the ... Seeing a good PS. Some good tips where you're giving. Awesome. So these emails, she's promoting like as a professional photographer. So she sells physical product and she teaches and all that kind of thing, right? She's got stock photos, online courses. That's kind of where she's going with this. And this, I'm just trying to figure out what she's offering from this first email. I think it's her social media brand, like photography training. And I think she's doing that mainly in the video. So she's got a video in this first email, and I think it's there that she's talking about social media. Videos are super powerful and people will watch those. I would just like to see a paragraph below the video in the email that verbally talks, that text-based, right, where you actually type in what you're giving them access to. So still rely on some email copy below that video. I just can't see a clear call to action. I'm intrigued by you and I'm really interested by what you've got to share, but you've left me hanging a tiny bit too much in this first email. I know you're not supposed to give everything away, but I would still be willing to click and find out more, and I can't in this email. So just above the thanks, I would like to see a link through the landing page of what you actually want them to do, whether it's starting to register for the e-course or whatever it is, that just picking that one next step you want them to make. No decision making, just make the decision for them. What's the one step you want them to take, and making that clear in that first email. Second email is good. She's keeping it short, which is fine. Yeah, I'd break up the first paragraph a tiny bit more with some dot, dot, dots. It's just slightly too big. Cool, she's got some good before and after, so she's using photos well in this particular email as well. Okay, so I'm just seeing the same thing in this one. You haven't got an offer. So Heidi, I wanted an offer in the second email as well. And you've referred to your next email and how you've got some more stuff coming, but I still can't take action in this email. And it's always coming across as you're not 100% sure what your first product is that you're going to be promoting, your first program or product or service or whatever it is in this email. So make that really clear and tell them what they're supposed to do. Yeah, so that's the only thing. And I think this is kind of the one that's missing. I just want you to unpack it. Look at my examples. Just unpack it a little bit more in emails 2, 3, 4, what you've got for them and why it's so great. Just in a couple of paragraphs. If you're ready to blah, blah, I've created blah, you know, whatever that looks like. Just click here now to blah and tell them what's coming. Just say 3 sentences probably max. Split up in a couple of paragraphs, 3 to 4 sentences in emails 2, 3, and 4. It needs to be really clear what I can do. And it is the e-course. I'm pretty sure it's that social media e-course, that photography e-course. And you've done that pretty well in email 4, but in email 2 and 3, just give me, and even 1, just give me the opportunity to join you in that there, because I might be ready. I might already be loving it. I want to go and check out the landing page and sign up. And the last one, she's adding a bit of urgency in here. I would just put a little bit more urgency. She's got an extra $100 gift card to spend on stock photography in the next, if they sign up in the next 24 hours. So she's putting a bit of a deadline on it. I would just put in here just a little bit higher up. You know, I'm so excited to see the success, to see some amazing, you know, members joining our community and my program filling up fast. Spots are limited, however, so I just wanted to let you know this is, you know, one of the final opportunities to be able to join me inside the blah. Like, just add a little bit more urgency. You don't have to specifically say I've got 5 spots left or whatever it is, but just letting them know that people are excited about it and there is a limit to how many people you can serve. You know, saying something along those lines will work really well as well. So I think that will help. You're a good writer, you're fine with spelling, you're really putting yourself in their shoes and you're asking lots of questions. Like I'm seeing a lot of trial closes in there, which I like. Trial closes being where you ask a question with a positive response. So you get them used to saying, yes, Heidi, yes, Heidi, yes, Heidi, yes, Heidi, yes, Heidi. Oh, yes, Heidi, thank you, you know. So don't you agree? Yes. Sound familiar to you? Yes. That's in the first email. Want to learn how? Yes. Do you want more people to know? Yes. You know, I can see quite a few trial closes, which a lot want to know more. Yes. There's quite a few, which is good. I like to see that. And sometimes, wouldn't it be nice to get a decent pick you can actually use? Yes. These kinds of questions, it sounds so silly when you're writing them, but geez, they're successful. The more I use them in webinar or live events where you get people to realize that they actually agree with you and they stop doing this whole we're against each other and they start realizing we're on the same journey, we're heading towards the same destination, we want the same things. And I'm not, you know, we're here to do this together and I'm here to help. So that's what I really found those yes questions I find a bit silly, where I'm like, you know what I mean? How cool is that? Sound familiar to you? You know, isn't that what we're after in our business? Those kinds of questions with always a yes answer. Sometimes you feel like a little bit of a dork writing them or saying them in a video or face-to-face or on a webinar, but geez, they work well. Trial closes. So there you go, Heidi. Next question. Okay, what's this relating to? Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Cool. Awesome. So, happy with that. Next question. The website I have with Vistaprint, okay, so Jade's on here with the website from Vistaprint, is limited to link with Get Response. I see what you're saying. So I see. So the way that she's just asking about the delivery. How do I deliver my PDF, my downloadable, through Get Response? So the thing that I promised, how do I then deliver that through Get Response? Now, Get Response, you can add an attachment on Get Response to the email. So they click on it and it downloads on their computer. Or you can, the way that I tend to do it is host it on my website in the back end. I know you might have limitations though with Vistaprint, and it might not let you put media. They're called media files on WordPress, and I think they're called media on Wix and things like that as well. But most of the website builders allow you to put your downloadables onto the website. So it sits on like gracelever.com/7 steps to happiness, for example. And so when you send them an email with their downloadable, you can either attach it to the Get Response email, and it actually sits in as attachment like you would a normal attachment in an email, but it's automated. So you can either attach it to the email or have a button where they can click to download and it goes through to gracelever.com/7 steps to happiness. So you can host it on your website and send them to that from the email, or you can have it directly attached to the email. And I'll just quickly grab you. Quick example of that. Yeah, you can add up to 400 kilobytes of attachments. Let me just make sure I find the right one. Yeah. Yeah, it's 400 kilobytes, and you don't want it to be more than that anyway. You want to get your attachment down to, gosh, I don't have them over sort of 150 kilobytes. I like to keep them really small, just because people don't want to have this massive file take ages to download and then have to live on their desktop. So I try to make them like 150, no more than 200 kilobytes anyway. But yeah, if you can't see the attachment button in the email, just ask 24/7 live chat. You can Get Response. Those guys are amazing, and just say, hey, I can't find the attachment button, and they'll be able to point you in the right direction. But up to 400 kilobytes you can attach in those messages. Okay, now next question. You're welcome. Beautiful. I'm seeing some great videos that the girls are coming up with in the Identity Project from the video scripts they've been writing as well. In week 4, we go through the video scripts, and I've been seeing the girls, they've been sending it through me in the inbox, that have been putting them up on their websites, actually filming them. I'm just writing the script and saying that's done, but actually doing it, getting the video made, and some amazing girls. I was looking at Megan Thurgood's the other day. P.S. Megan, I was talking to an amazing woman here in Adelaide who sells lashes online, and I don't think you guys would be direct competitors, different niche, but she'd be worth talking to as well. But Megan's first video was amazing. Putting that on her homepage looked incredible. I was very impressed with that. Okay, next question. Blah, blah, blah. Wanting some, okay. Beautiful. So this is about the funnel layout and how the lead magnets flow. Okay, good point. So this is going through into, so this is Anna, and it's going through into a membership program, how that works. Let me draw this out for you so you get what I'm talking about, right? What's on the other side of this? Oh, that's my social media. I might just quickly wipe this off. I don't have a wiper. No, I'm not going to do that. Where's my wiper marker? I'll just grab one of these. 1 second, guys, and I'll show you how this flows. Where's my wiper? Hold on. This looks a little bit intense, but this is a social media strategy. This means Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. And that's just how I lay it out. Then I sit here and go, right, Facebook, send it to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. This is all automated inside Hootsuite. I just put everything into Hootsuite and it automatically drips all of this out. This is 3 months. Actually, this is 3.5 months worth, I think. So that's why it's so, that can go. I need to find my whiteboard marker, I think. My whiteboard eraser. Okay, let me show you this. So, it's not on the other side. Oh, here it is. It's right over there. Okay, you don't really need to see that anyway, it's fine. Right, so quick look at a membership funnel and how we fill this up and the different parts of the identity project that are pulling this together, right? So in the first week of the identity project, if you decided you were doing a membership program, you would have looked at the membership funnel. So you would have seen that the membership funnel goes from, can you see this? Yeah, good. Goes from Facebook ad, through to, I usually go through a lead magnet first. And it might be an audio file or a downloadable or a quiz or a competition or something like that. So, and I'll be grabbing email only. You would have seen this in module 1, in week 1 rather. And then I would have gone through to I would have always done a trial of the membership to get people inside, just to build up that trust, show them that I stand behind my product and that I'm not afraid of giving away a trial. So it's a $1 trial or free trial, and either's fine. And on this page, I'm getting email only. On this page, I'm getting first name, last name, email, and phone. Right, first name, last name, email, phone. You can kind of see that. Facebook ad, through to lead magnet, through to trial offer. And then on the next page, I will always offer some form of upsell. And I would usually have 2 upsells, but at least one. The next upsell would usually be some sort of pay in full offer. So this might be a $1 or a free trial through to $37 a month or $49 a month or something like that. And then on the thank you page, they could get everything unlocked for a year, or they could get an extra bonus or something like that, and usually it's just a whole heap cheaper. So rather than buying month by month, you can lock in for the full year. You can do a pay in full option, which is what that stands for. And normally I'll drop, and in some cases I've dropped 30 to 40% off the price when they jump into a pay in full option. So this works really well. Let's say this is $297 for the pay in full option. Let's say this is $1 or a free trial feeding into a, I think the light's on that bit, isn't it? This feeds into a, let's say it's $37 a month, $37 per month. And so that's usually $400 and it's down to $300, is that right? 37 times by 12 is $450, is it? 37 times by 12, $444, and they're getting up to $297. Yeah, it's enough of a discount. 297 divided by 444. That's 34% off. That's okay. Right, so that's that done. That's the funnel. I need to build 3 landing pages. One for the lead magnet. So the lead magnet's what we design and it could be a downloadable, could be a quiz, could be an audio file, whatever that downloadable is. One for the trial offer. And you would have seen in the first video how I usually would explain that this is a thank you page, right, where I'm offering the next step. I always have a video on there, every single time. And same with this one. If I'm wanting them to commit to this, I always have a video on there. So I'll always have a video above the fold. There's my video. It'll have a button below and some sort of engaging headline up the top. Get the opportunity to unlock for 12 months, get a free blah and save 30%, or whatever that is. Same with this one here. Thanks for downloading blah. I'd now like to invite you to join me in the $1 trial or whatever that looks like. Okay, so you've got a Facebook ad, lead magnet, trial offer, and pay in full option. So we learned all of that in week 1. Then in week 2, I showed you the Likeable Lady emails. Let me just quickly do the numbers on this for you. This page here should convert at 20%. This is This is being conservative. A good landing page here will convert at 20%. Some of mine convert at 38, but let's just be conservative, 20%. This one here should convert, I'm going to be really conservative and say 25. Mine converts a lot higher than that, but let's just say 25. You should expect 30%. And then this one here converting at 10%. So if we base this on getting 1,000 people to click on our Facebook ad, right? So we get 1,000 eyeballs. Here's an eyeball. Some nice eyelashes. Eyeballs come through, so 1,000 people click and see this page. 20% sign up, so 200 emails we've captured that ask for the lead magnet. We've got 200 emails. On the next page, 25% of those will take up the $1 trial, so the free trial, whatever you decide. So 25% of 200 is 50 trials. And of those, you can expect, depends on how good your program is. I've had one of the girls in the academy who did this same model, and she only had one person drop out. So she was she had 30 go through in her first try, and she had one person drop out at the end of that trial. So that's pretty amazing. That's what's that? 100 divided by 30. That's 3% dropout rate. You know, so, but let's be conservative. Let's say 75% stay, right? Just in case, I don't know, her program was great and people loved it, but let's say 75% of people stay. So 50 people do the trial, but 75% of them stay. So you've got 37 members. And I usually estimate around 5 to 6 months they'll stay for. In some membership programs, your average, like in mine, your average will be a year or more. In other membership programs, if it's not great content, it might be an average of 3 months, but hopefully your content's good and you should be averaging around 5 to 6. Let's say 5 months at $37 a month. 5 times by 37 equals 185. So I'm expecting that these 37 members will stay for an average of 5 months at $37 a month. So they'll each spend $185 in my funnel. So 185 per member. So times that 185 by 37 members adds up to 6,000. Can you still see that? Yep, $6,845. And hopefully your members will stay for longer, but we're just being conservative. Some members might stay for 2 months, other members might stay for 12, but we'll just be conservative and say the average is 5. That will equal that, and then 10% of your people that see this page will convert. So 10% of people that see that page, 50 people took us up on the trial, so they'll go through the next page. So 10% is 5 pay-in-fulls. And if we do the maths on that, 5 pay-in-fulls is 5 times by 297, 1485. So we've got 1485 there plus 6845 plus 6845. So that funnel's just made us $8,330, and hopefully the program's 90% automated. There might be an office hours element or your version of an office hours, but it should be pretty automated. So you've made 8,000. Hopefully on the front end you've spent absolutely no more than $2 a click. Right, that's what's averaged out to if you look at your reporting. I've got some girls, this same girl that had the amazing stick rate after the trial, she had like under $1 clicks, hers were like 57 cents or something. So that only cost her $570 and she made 8,000. But let's say worst case scenario, you average at $2 clicks. You should be able to get $1 or less. But let's say your ads just are taking a little while to pick up and you don't quite know exactly how to talk to them. So it's a little bit more expensive and you're getting $2 clicks, which equals spending $2,000. So you've spent $2,000, you've made 8,330. So in effect, you've spent $1 and you've made 4, right? The way that this funnel rolls. So that's what I show you there in week 6. In week 2, we wrote our Likeable Lady emails. They go here, right? So everyone that signs into this page and doesn't take you up on this needs the Likeable Lady emails, because you've got 200 emails you've collected just from these 1,000 people. You've got 200 emails and only 50 have said yes. There's another 150 people that didn't say yes. And they might not be ready right now, or they just might not quite trust you yet, or they might have been on the bus and they couldn't hear the video about the trial offer and or their dinner was boiling over or whatever, right? There's all sorts of reasons. Sometimes it's trust, sometimes it's just convenience, but these guys drop into your likable lady nurture. So that's where you've got those emails. So whatever your lead magnet or that first step is when you're first getting the email address, the percentage will take step 2, the percentage won't. That's what the likable lady is for. So 5 emails here, 5 likable lady emails. Okay. And then if they say no to those, and these likable lady emails, we're always pushing them back to this, remember? Pushing them back into the trial. There's always a call to action in likable lady emails. We're not just being likable, we're taking that next step as well. So those will keep pushing them back and keep reminding them how awesome this opportunity is. And if they still say no, or they haven't said yes, in essence, to all of these, they haven't taken the action, and a certain percentage will. If they still haven't taken that action, that's when they go into our 10 friendly catch-up emails. You know, and that'll go there. So I'll just say 10 catch-up. Can you see that? Yeah, enough. Okay, so that's how that funnel flows. So you've done that in week 2, this in week 3. In week 4, you'd have done some scripts, maybe for this one here, some video scripts, maybe for this one here, or for some of your likable lady emails, like your retargeting ones. And then we fill it up on the front end. And in week 5, we go and get that Facebook ad sorted. Week 6, we run through and make sure that we've got all of these numbers right, and we track it and report on our numbers in the right way. So that's the funnel. And remember, this spend $1, make 4, because you've spent $2,000, make 8,330. That's based on first lap through the funnel. So you'll hopefully get more people taking you up from these emails. You will. These 5 likable lady emails, if they're good, could take that up to 10,000, because you get just a few more sales from those, pushing people back in. And then these 10 catch-up emails will pick up the people that are on holidays, or a little bit cooler, or really weren't sure at the time, or didn't have the budget at the time, or all those other people that slipped through the cracks. They'll pick up even more people. So that should go up to, 12, 13 grand. So you've spent $2, made 12, 13. So you spent $1, made $6.50. So we just keep on improving these numbers by picking up. We don't just have a funnel with all these holes leaking out. We just plug them up with our likable lady emails, and then if we still have them falling through the funnel, no worries. I'll send some daily catch-up emails as well, or friendly catch-up rather, not daily, to try and pick up those people. And then we can just look at this funnel and see what we need to tweak. So for example, if people are clicking on my Facebook ad and they're costing me $2 or less, awesome, I'm on target. Let's check the next step. And that's just all about making sure that you're on target with your numbers. So in week 6, when we go through your numbers, put those on your wall, write those down somewhere, because you're going to be checking. That's how you're going to check if your funnel's successful. So you get to this point, you'll see, oh, my clicks are $1.20. Awesome, great, I'm on target. Big tick here. Now they go through the landing page, fantastic. I've got this converting at 22% or whatever. Beautiful. So that's sorted. And they've gone through to this page, and it's supposed to convert at 25% when I did my numbers, but after looking at the first 2 weeks of the campaign, it's converting at 10%. This is an example. Right, so something's wrong with this page. So we're fine here, don't need to touch the ad. We're fine here, don't need to touch the landing page. This offer isn't being taken up. So I might need to redo that video there and make it even better. Or maybe, and we do this video on week 4, right? Maybe I'm not explaining it properly. Or maybe the layout of that page is overwhelming, or, and I'll play around with that page and get a few friends or family to have a look at it, put it in like send it through to me, or put it in the Doing Academy Facebook group and say, what do you guys think of this offer page? Does this make sense? Usually there'll be something just wrong with this page, right? And the first thing I always do, if I've got people going from here to here and this isn't converting at all, or it's extremely low, run through and test it yourself. Sometimes it's because people haven't set it up properly and it's actually not working. The page isn't working. Either it's not loading properly, or they can't put their credit card in, or whatever it is. And then through to the pay in full, this might be converting at 5%. Right, so I might try a lower price point, or I might try to tweak that video so they can see the value, or maybe I'll throw in a bonus that they get. That's really easy for me to do and automated, but great value for them to raise that. So you can just kind of be tracking your KPI, and then you're like, great, I got that to 25%, now I'm focusing on this. Perfect. And once you've got your ticks on each part of the funnel that you're reporting on, you've got a funnel that for the rest of your days can spend $1 and make 4, 5, 6, 8, whatever you've got, right? My funnel in the US right now, after last night, it's gone up to spending $1, making, I spent $400 and I made 3,000 US. What's that? Spend $1, make 3,000 divided by 400. Spend $1, make, yeah, around 8 roughly on that, which is good. I'm happy with that, and it's completely automated. Don't have any manual component of that funnel at all. So best investment on planet Earth. Imagine if you could invest in a house or a share market or something like that, where you actually, a stock where you actually spend $1, made 8, and didn't have to do anything and could continue doing that. And there was that stability and that predictable nature that you could control by keeping an eye on these. Amazing. So that's how we track the membership funnel. And these first 2 steps are very similar for most of your funnels. You'll often go to a lead magnet. The next step could be a membership offer, or the next step could be an offer to just sit down and do a consult. If you're selling like a free consult, if you're selling a really expensive program or coaching program or online program that you want to run them through. So this might be having them join you for a private 30-minute discovery call to see if you're a good fit for blah. Or that next step could be one of my other funnels. Next step could be buying a ticket for my live event, or the webinar funnel. This would be registering for the webinar, and then they just join me on the webinar. What have we got? Webinar funnel, live events funnel, they buy their ticket. Membership funnel, they buy their trial. Consulting funnel, they schedule a consult. Service-based business, they schedule an on-site quote or request pricing or whatever your service. If you're a pool builder, then they'd request a custom quote. If you've got a high-end product like the woman I was talking to who builds incredible like homes through a special type of timber frame, she'd need them in a consult to be able to sell that, because the average price is between $25,000 and $200,000. So you've got to sell that in a consult, right? So that whole process has a very similar flow. We always start with a Facebook ad. We often then go to some form of lead magnet to get them in that front door. And then on we go to whatever our core offer is actually going to end up being. One other thing when you're doing your membership funnel, and just make sure you grab their credit card on this page, right? Don't just say you've got it for free and then in 2 weeks, like free 14-day trial. I normally make this 14-day. And then in 2 weeks, you have to go and ask them again to recommit again. It always needs to happen automatically. And that's why this dance teachers program that I was working with in the academy, that's why her program's working so well online, and it will continue to, because she got the credit card up front. She doesn't charge until the 14 days hits, but it's that automated process. You do not want to be harassing people and hounding them and following up and trying to get those details again. They've already committed. Get it all on this homepage, and then they'll let you know if they don't want to continue in 14 days. But otherwise, they'll get to enjoy all the goodness of the program after the 14 days. So I hope that helps. And you can see here how this is an awesome way to fill up your email list as well, right? Having people flow through your email list. So question here as well, how do I find more contacts? So this question is pretty much just the one that I just answered. So you'll find all of your traffic on Facebook. That's, in my experience, the best way to find people, because everyone is on Facebook. So you'll find them all on Facebook, and you've always got to send them not just to a form. That's not enough. No one will fill out a form. You've got to send them to a good offer on a landing page. That's the whole point. So that's the whole thing that I was teaching. If that hasn't quite set in, you need to go back to week 1. Because that's the whole point of building a funnel, right? So you go from the Facebook ad through to some sort of offer where they give you an email address, and then through to a core offer where there's some sort of commitment, either online or financial or something like that, to take the next step. Okay, next question. Cool. So this is looking at traffic sources. Beautiful. So this is Lucy. I'm in a very similar market to you, Grace. What are your exact traffic sources and what have you had most success with? Good question. So Facebook has been my most successful traffic source in every business that I've consulted to and in my own. As you know, I only used Facebook for the first 12 months of this particular business before I diversified, which was naughty because you should have more than one. But it was it got to 7 figures that quickly. in all of the business models that I consult to. They're physical product-based businesses. Others sell $10,000 products. Others sell like physical product that's at a really low price point. Others sell services. Facebook is always the best solution, which is we've always got the best results and the cheapest cost. And it's all with Facebook, the bit I love most is the volume. It's just completely uncapped. So as long as we get the funnel to work, I can spend, you just never hit a limit. I've never been able to hit a limit, even in the most niche kind of industries. I can spend $100,000 and make $400,000. You know what I mean? Because it's just, you can just scale so quickly. I keep on thinking, surely I've hit a cap. Surely there's no more female entrepreneurs in Australia. And they're like, you've been in even though we're in front of 1 million people across the planet each month, you've been in front of like 3% of your market. And I'm just like, okay. So I love that part of Facebook, how it's so scalable. The two other things, so I focused on that first, and all I did was just send people to my landing page. And then I started also using Facebook, but the next thing I did, this still made heaps of, I made really good money and worked really well for my business. But then I added on another type of Facebook ad. This was cold people. I made sure I had another Facebook ad that hit up people that got to this stage but didn't go on in my funnel. So people that just clicked and got to the first page but didn't go on, I had a little Facebook ad for them, right? So I'll just put it up here for a second. I had another Facebook ad. You can kind of see that. FB ad. These are called your retargeting ads, right? And I'd send them back to that page. So they'd come in cold, but then as soon as anyone clicked and made it to this page, if they didn't keep going, I'd start sending them Facebook ads directly saying, hey, I know you've recently checked out my downloadable or whatever it was. I hope it was super valuable. I just wanted to invite you. You've got some limited spots left in our trial, and I just build up a bit more trust, right? They might not have had it right there and then, but that means my Likeable Lady emails and my Facebook ads are working together, and it's crazy what happened when I started doing retargeting. I was talking to them on Facebook and reminding them, hey, I'm Grace. Remember that person that you just got great value from? And I'm in their inbox saying, hey, I'm Grace. You know that, right? So having those two working together made my marketing even better. And then I got that same kind of concept, but also hit them up on YouTube. So I started doing YouTube, what's called retargeting. So YouTube retargeting, that's the other medium that I used. YouTube retargeting, pushing them back here as well. So every time they watch a video anywhere, I was watching that to push them back to the free trial. So now you're getting them you're not getting them, you're talking to them in their inbox, on their Facebook wall, and every time they watch a video. And this sounds now like it's getting really intense in terms of stalking them around online. Just assume everyone in your market is incredibly busy and bombarded with different types of messages, right? They will pick up 2 or 3 of your 5 emails, right? They will only see, like subliminally, they might see a few more of your ads, but they'll only see this a couple of times. They'll only see this, right? Just assume that they don't trust you. They need to keep on seeing you and be familiar with you and get friendly with you. And these guys all working together just went crazy. When I started adding YouTube ads, retargeting, and it cost me a couple of cents to do these ads, right? But when I said to YouTube, hey YouTube, anyone that comes from here and doesn't keep going, I said, everyone that hits that page and doesn't keep going, please show my video to them. I just made a little 30-second video saying, hey, where'd you go? I'm super excited about this trial opportunity that I've got for you, blah, blah, just sweeten the deal and sent them back to here. And I was getting these for 3 times cheaper than I used to just get these ones coming in cold, just because they were being looked after. And I kept being that's when I talk about it, the doing day being front of mind, that's front of mind. Inbox, Facebook, videos. So last night I was watching, I don't know, some sort of TV show online. What was it? Oh, it was The Bachelor. You can judge me as you wish. That's my 1 hour of no thinking time. Anyway, I was watching that, and my video kept on coming up. It was that and the Census Night video. And I just kept on seeing myself going, hi, Grace Lever here. And I was like, oh my gosh, when it's yourself, it's a little bit painful. But that's, my market was really loving that. That's been incredibly successful. So that's pretty much, what other marketing do I do? That's pretty much it. I do social media posting, but I think it's important, and I've had some great partnerships come from that as a brand, because it gives you that kind of stability online and kind of gives you that brand presence that you can go out to market with. So it makes you look a lot more reputable and kind of gives you that reputation. So when we've been trying to talk with partners and brands and sponsors and things like that, it adds that weight to our brand, but you just can't track it. You just don't know. I mean, if you did a specific post, come to my trial, you can kind of track that if you had your own landing page. But in most cases, you can't track how social media is impacting on your funnel. These three, you can. You know exactly who's come from where and where they ended up in your funnel. Social media, you just can't, which is why I don't spend heaps of time on it. Yeah, but it still has been worth it for the kinds of higher end relationships we've been able to make through that as well. Cool, and the last question. Oh, this is a good one. So social media page-like campaign. So I'm guessing they mean Facebook. How do I get more likes from Facebook? Should I do a page-like campaign? You know what? At the beginning, I probably did a page-like campaign to get about 100 likes max. I was up to about 100. And then I started my campaign just so that it wasn't a page with nothing, in case anyone went and researched me and they're like, well, I don't know if I trust her. So I got to 100 likes, but then every other like that has come to my page, and it's over 10,000 now, every other like in the last 12 months that has come to this page has been free for me. It's literally come through my advertising. I don't have a paid page likes campaign. I just have my normal funnel advertising that I'm doing to get people through my funnel, because this is where you make the money, not from having another like on your page. This is where you make your money. But it's been amazing. I just wake up every morning, and because the campaigns are on, people just naturally are liking your page a lot. So I'm now getting about 300 likes each week now with the stuff that we're doing in the US as well. Just for free. I'm not paying a cent for those. It's coming because I'm moving people through my funnel and they're seeing my Facebook ad. They're clicking to like my page a lot more. So expect that to be a natural, positive spin-off of advertising on Facebook. You will get free likes coming through because people are seeing you, going to your page and liking what you're putting out there. And you know what? My social media posts probably encourage people to like me more because they have a look at my page, see some cool stuff, and then hit like. So that probably helps with getting more likes. But once again, you can't really track any of that. I much prefer to track this because my numbers down to the dollar and down to the cent and down to the percentage just make it so easy to run a business. So all of this for all sorts of different business models, whether it's a trial or a live event or a consulting or a service-based business or an online product, any of that kind of stuff, or a physical product-based business, all of those funnels are explained in week 1 of the Identity Project. So hit back into that in the portal if you missed that. And in week 6, I run you through the numbers for each. In numbers are sexy. So make sure that you do this for yourself. Once you've done it, print it out, put it up on your wall, run it by me, let me have a quick look at it and make sure that your numbers are realistic and you've got the right flow, you haven't missed any steps in your funnel. Then put it on your wall and you just have to build out each step. And you know why I love this? I just look at it and go, now I know exactly what work I have to do in building my funnel, and I don't have to get distracted. I have to build 1, 2, 3 landing pages. These 2 at least should have a video, so I'll make a video for each of those. So 3 landing pages, I need to film 2 videos, and I need to write my 5 emails and my 10 emails. And build maybe 2 or 3 different versions of Facebook ads to see what people like. And I'm done. And then when I want to add on retargeting, I just tweak one of these ads and turn it into more of a retargeting kind of message where I say, hey, I know you've recently checked it out, and answer some more objections or something like that. I'll just build that ad down the track. Once it's all humming, and that will just lower my costs and increase my return even more. And then I'll make a little 30, 60-second teaser that I can put on YouTube too. But up front, 3 landing pages, 2 videos, 5 emails, 10 emails. And even, as I mentioned, I did my 5 likable lady emails, and it took me ages until I sat down and actually wrote my 10, plus a Facebook ad. Then you're done. Doesn't need to be that complicated, right? In terms of systems, ClickFunnels is where I build my landing pages. You can do a similar version of this on Leadpages or GetResponse, and you integrate Stripe with that. Just Google Stripe lead pages. No, don't Google that. Search in our Doing Academy Facebook group, Stripe lead pages, and you'll be able to see the steps on how to add payments to landing pages. So ClickFunnels, ClickFunnels, ClickFunnels. I build my Facebook ads, obviously, on Facebook. And I have these emails being delivered through GetResponse, Infusionsoft, MailChimp, your automated system, whatever you use. And so these landing pages, ClickFunnels or GetResponse landing pages or lead pages, landing pages, so 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, I'm over time. I will let you guys get back to your day. Don't forget, as you're creating and completing different parts of the identity project, I'm here to mark. So I'm here to provide feedback. I'm here to review and give you some constructive critiquing. So don't hesitate to send them through to the inbox, and I'll be able to do that as well. Next week is also Wednesday, I'm pretty sure. We're staying with the identity project next week, because I know last week that changed. But make sure I've updated the portal up until the end of August in the identity project for when our Q&As are. And that'll flow through. They'll all be updated by the end of this week, hopefully. So they'll all be in there for the rest of the year, so you can schedule in your weeks in advance and be ready to join me. Okay, guys, I will leave you to it. Have an amazing day. Get super productive. Get your funnel finished. Doesn't have to be that hard. 3 landing pages, 2 videos, 5 emails, and a Facebook ad. So doable. You just got to sit down, knuckle in, and get it done. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.